I think it's going to be a very expensive business. I think it's going to take a long, long time to come into fore. But if it does come in my lifetime, I'd like to own one.
Well, obviously I think it's in the early stages, but it will come to fruition, I'm sure. And it sounds a damn good idea.
I haven't had any idea about driverless cars until now. I don't like driving to places I don't know. I feel very insecure and my confidence is low. So having a car that would almost be like an assistant, that would be wonderful.
Well, my hopes for it is that it will be an enabling product that will bring transportability to very many more disabled people. Having a driverless car that will report your position and your breakdown to the relevant services would be fantastic.
And I'm still trying to get my head around it because, you know, I watch a lot of sci-fi films and I've seen all these airless cars and that, and I'm trying to figure out, now how are you going to manage that here? How this, how's that? So it's good to get other people's feedbacks.
Well, I think the benefits, it takes your stress out of driving, because as you get older, you're not quite so sure on things as you were when you were younger.
We all start to backache and leg ache and we can hardly walk. And sometimes you've got to park the car and walk to the supermarket in the rain and wind. Like that, the car would drop you at the entrance, park itself, and then come back for you. How amazing would that be?
For somebody like me who's on my own, that would be something ideal for me. Because when my husband was alive, obviously he drove, but now I'm on my own.
The driverless cars would be good for me because I'm disabled and I rely on friends and neighbours, so it'll give me a bit more freedom, and hopefully the automated cars would be non-polluting really.
If I have a bad day where, you know, the weather's changed outside and it affects my joints with the arthritis and that lot, the fact that it's driverless and I wouldn't have to be using foot control, that would be very helpful for me, and I wouldn't have the strain on my legs of doing the up, down, up, down.
I can only give you my own personal experiences, but I have a condition called brittle bones. So there's quite a few months a year that I can't drive because I either have a broken arm, broken leg, broken ribs or something like that. With a vehicle that has no driver involvement, it means that I wouldn't be housebound for those periods.
And nothing comes cheap these days, and the older generation are usually on benefits or a pension, so will they be able to afford it? But other than that, it's a marvellous idea.
I've got no concerns at all. I just think it's wonderful, and I think my grandchildren will benefit immensely with it.
No, I didn't think it was quite good at all, no. It's totally beyond me, you know, to have driverless cars. I don't know whether I would trust the technology, and nobody will be able to drive. And they're saying that disabled people are going to be using them and things. Well, they'll still need somebody with them, won't they? Whereas taxis would help people in and out.
The only thing that bothers me, it's like Big Brother, that they know everything about you and where you are, and which is something I don't like. I like a bit of privacy in my life. And if this comes into being, I won't have much.
And I really do get the feeling that in a number of years, I'm not sure how many, 10, 20, 15, we're going to look back on this time and be in awe of how easily we gave away our personal information and who we gave it to.
My concerns are the technology, whether the technology is robust enough to sustain a massive use of that technology. That it won't break down, that it won't have glitches, that the coverage will be global rather than local, and just whether it will be able to cope with anomalies.
Have they covered every aspect of being taken off the road with no sensors around you? Will you be stranded?
Any changes that's happened along the way on the route, would I be able to take control? Because there isn't a wheel, would I be able to take control of the car and deal with it? Because I am a driver and I've driven most of my life. That security I won't have, so I'll feel quite nervous about that.
My fear is that we lose power altogether. What if something happens to our satellite and then everything just comes crashing down. And I'm not just talking about cars, electric, lights, everything just comes crashing down. What? And then, you know, I'm driving up a mountain or something, and then I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere and nothing. What? No, you need to think deep about this, whoever's having this idea, do you know what I mean?